Hello my loves, it's Kat. How are you? What are you doing? I hope you're good. So today we are going to find out what kind of main character would you be? Which movie would you belong in? What's your story? And how does it reflect your actual life? So what you need to do to find out is to choose a pile or a crystal. We have pile 1 with green calcite, pile 2 with carnelian, and pile 3 with blue lace agate. So when you have made your decision, go down to the description box to find your timestamp. I will give you a few seconds to decide, and when you're ready, I will see you at your reading. Hello my beautiful pile number 1. So you chose the green calcite and this pile. So funnily enough, I get 2 Disney movies here. So one of them would be Coco and the other Encanto. So in Coco, there is this boy, a little boy, who is in love with music, just loving it, like it's his life. But the family is very against music. They don't want to hear music at all. They don't want to speak about it. It doesn't exist. And if there's somebody singing on the street, they will slam their windows so that they don't have to hear it. And the reason is that their grandmother had a husband who left her and the child to pursue music and never came back. And so they thought that, you know, music is evil, and it like I'm not actually sure what it was all about. Was it that it's like, I don't know. They were just really angry about it, and they thought the music was the reason for it. So if we don't accept music in our lives, we will be fine. And this little boy, though, he was just loving music, and he would play music secretly and play his guitar, and he wanted to become a famous musician. And he had this great musician who had passed away, and that was his idol. And in Encanto, then, why I'm thinking of Encanto is because there is this like really strong family dynamic here. Like, we're all in this together, we are doing everything together to survive, basically. But it's more like we're a family, we're a tight family, and we do everything for family. And in Encanto, there is this idea that make your family proud, like be useful to the family. And oh no, what was her name? I'm so bad with names, but basically the main character, all the other people in this family, they had like magical gifts, except for the main character. She had no magical gifts, but she was still trying to make the family proud, to be useful to the family, but she didn't have a gift, so she was kind of like not considered as much, like she wasn't as important, kind of, she was kind of like left out. But in this story, in your story, there's like this thing, like you love to do music, but maybe your family doesn't understand, or arts, but I'm seeing music mostly, and the family doesn't understand. They don't get it. They think it's waste of time, waste of resources, and it will never become anything great or even half good. Like, it's just a waste of time. Like, you do better to get a real job, or forget about all those artsy things and come back to the normal world and be useful to the family. I need some water. So that is what I get from these cards. And I feel like the father here may be the disciplinarian here. Like maybe it's especially the father or the father figure who is like, or grandfather who is like, well, this is nonsense. Like, give up. Like, that is never going to happen. Give up. But there is this like, this desire in your heart. Like, you can't let it go. It's what sets your soul on fire, and you need it. You need it. It's like oxygen. You need it to live, just to live. Yeah, we also have the Lovers. So there is a okay, so I see with the Lovers actually, like the Lovers often represent two different kind of people who come from different backgrounds from different backgrounds, and they are kind of different, but they work together. And so I feel like this love interest, I feel like they might come from a very musical family, and they accept music. They love music. Music is how they survive in that family, and you find it just amazing. And the fact that your families are so very different, they are so very supportive, but yours is so not supportive. Also, take this as a story, just a story. And not everything has to apply. I forgot to say that in the intro. Not everything has to apply. This is a story that I'm getting here. So just let me tell my story and then think how it applies to your life. Or I can help you with that. But yeah. So with the Lovers. And you're actually very, you're like soulmates. You are guided to be together. Like, look at this. Like this man or God or angel up there. He's like bringing these two people from very different backgrounds, like together, like pushing two Barbies together to kiss. That's what I'm getting here from that card. And you are meant to be together. You're soulmates. So let's get some more here. It could also be another type of art, but I'm really seeing music, and I keep hearing music, or like, well, acoustic guitar. And no wonder, because there is an acoustic guitar over there, but I didn't even think about that. But I keep hearing, well, what's his name? This very great musician. He played guitar. Emmanuel. Oh God. Emmanuel something. Emmanuel. I don't remember. So. Pile number one, Spirit Guides. Pile number one. Yeah, so we have 10 of Wands. So I feel like you have been very restricted and kind of pressured into fitting a certain role that was never meant for you. And you have kind of had to like you have had to like find out who you really are, and it's almost like something has been pushed onto you, some sort of beliefs or ideas or roles, kind of like, well, kind of like you were born into a role in your family's eyes that was never meant for you. Like, let's say you're a girl. This is a very harsh example. Let's say you're a girl, you were born as a girl, and now you are expected to take care of like the elder members of the family just because you were born a girl, and that's what girls do in this family. Like, you're supposed to take care of them then, and you're supposed to be doing the cooking and the cleaning because you're a girl. And then it has been very hard, especially because you're doing something that you were never meant to do. You weren't born for that, and you feel that in your heart, and it's so hard to do that because it's just not meant for you. But I feel like you are shedding those parts, you're shedding off those expectations, and honestly, it's breaking the family's heart here. It's breaking them. Like, they never expected that you would resist so much. They never expected that. Because for them, it was like a done deal. Like, yeah, this is what's gonna happen. And then you weren't okay with that. And it shocked them. It really did. But here we have the sun. So I feel like you may have ran away or just left the family. And I feel like there was a lot of anger in this. A lot of anger. Like, if you leave out that door, there is no coming back. That's kind of what I keep hearing here. But, and it was hard. It was very hard, but you had to do it for you. So that you could live the life that you were always meant to live. Yeah. There was a person there. I don't know if the person came before or after deciding to leave. If it was before, it would make sense for you to want to leave, because then you see what else is out there, like how things are in other families and how they deal with these things. But it also could be just because you were so strong-willed and you would do what you wanted to do. Oh, that's a little too much. Thank you, though. So pile number 1, Spirit Guides. Pile number 1. Wait. No, we're good. Oh, no. I keep getting too many cards. So we have the Prince of Wands. You were able to do exactly what you wanted to do, to conquer the world. You were able to do that. There is this energy of, I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do and nobody can stop me. There is this sort of energy here, which is lovely. I love that. that fiery energy. Hey, are you a Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising? I'm getting this Sagittarius energy here. Beautiful. There's this like stubborn, fiery, I'm gonna make it energy. There's nothing can stop me. I feel like leaving your family was like the test. Like if you could do that, then there was nothing stopping you after that. There is that kind of energy there. Like there is no way. That nobody could stop you like that. And I feel like it was the hardest thing you ever had to do. But I don't think it was for good. I don't think it was for good because I keep seeing Coco anyway, because in the end of Coco, they obviously realize, oh my god, there is a... I'm not a fan of insects, but because I keep, I'm gonna, you guys need to go before my kitties eat you. I'm just gonna throw them out. Listen to me, darlings, you can't stay here because my kitties, they like eating me. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you ever heard me say this before, but I have, for some reason, started seeing like caterpillars everywhere. I actually, I have never ever seen a caterpillar before my entire life until this summer, and they are everywhere. And I actually had to stop eating salads because when I would buy like lettuce, there would be caterpillars in there. And I can't deal with that. I can't deal with those things. I can't. I am deadly afraid of everything. Ooh, like worms and ooh, ew. I can't deal with them. So, and I thought that had ended because it's fall. Or the leaves are falling off and they're all turning red. And I thought maybe, you know, all of them had died, but no. I had a caterpillar on my desk today. I think it came in with the flowers, and I'm partially glad summer is over. So I won't get insects in my apartment, but yeah, anyway, let's move on. Also, fun fact about the caterpillars. I have not seen one butterfly the entire summer. So I feel like it's a sign for me, obviously, from my spirit guides, but you know, I wish they would stop. I got the message. Please stop with the caterpillars. I'm done. Anyway, let's keep going. So in the Coco, obviously, okay, so if you haven't seen it, so the boy, he decides to attend a music contest, but the family finds out that he has been playing his guitar and they smash the guitar. And so he's gonna go and steal the musician that had passed away. He had like a temple or something, or like some sort of a memorial kind of thing, and his guitar was there, and so he decided to go ahead and steal that guitar. But because you're not supposed to steal from the dead, I think, he was transported into the to like the other side where to the other side where ghosts are, or these like dead people, how they like, he would not be able to see the living people anymore. He would see the ghosts who are like visiting their family and stuff. Well, yeah, he would see the living people, but they wouldn't be able to see them because he had like crossed to the other side. So he was in the dead world, or the world of the dead. And so he finds his family, and he also finds this man who ends up being the great-great-grandfather, and they realize that he was actually poisoned by this great musician that he had always adored, and that he had actually stolen his songs, and he was a fraud. And actually it was his great-great-grandfather who wrote the music and who should have gotten the credit, but he had they had been partners, and the great-great-grandfather had decided that he wanted to be with his family instead, so the musician, he poisoned him so that he could steal his music, because he wouldn't be able to make it without the music. And so in the end, they realized the great-great-grandmother and the great-great-grandfather, they are brought together. They love each other again when they hear the reason why he had left and how he tried to come back, but he died. So after that, music was accepted again in their lives, and there was also this thing, like he was the only person in this dead world. You would kind of like vanish is if somebody in the real world, in the living world, would no longer remember you. If nobody remembered you anymore, then you would vanish in the dead world. And so the great-grandmother of the little boy, he was a very old woman at this point, and he was starting to forget the great-great-grandfather. So he was like starting to vanish. And so the little boy then came back to the living world and played a song to the great-grandmother to remember her dad, so that the great-great-grandfather would not vanish. And anyway, after this, music was accepted again. And yeah, that was a really long explanation. Anyway, the point is that the family here will understand the situation later. Like, they will understand it later. Like, not everybody is... Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like they might have felt like you were abandoning the family for something as crazy as in music. So that would be like a betrayal to the family. But I feel like they will understand in the end, like, why you had to do it and what was going on here. And I don't know, I need some more information here, Spirit Guides, because I kind of lost it with the explanation about Coco, though. I love that movie, by the way, it's amazing. It makes me cry every time. So we have Temperance. The family will be brought together again in the end. Yeah. The family will be brought together again. And it will be through this art. I don't know, maybe you... I don't know, paint a painting or something that will... This is really hard to explain, but through your art, the family will be brought together somehow. Maybe you help them remember somebody who had passed or something. And we also have Princess of Pentacles. I feel like you are going to make it. Like you will be able to make money with this. Like a decent amount. That you're kind of like wealthy enough, but enough for what? I keep hearing wealthy enough. For what? Just to be happy? I guess. But interesting. It also could be that somebody is about to pass away and they want to see you for the last time to apologize or something, or just to get closer, closure or something. And there is this forgiveness that is coming through. This forgiveness. Like something great happened in the end because of you. Like in Coco, when he comes back to the living world, like sometime later after he has come back, the great musician had been kind of like forgotten or kind of like taken down the pedestal because they found out that it was actually the great-great-grandfather who deserved all the credit. And hold on, what was the point of this? I don't remember what the point was. Oh no, oh no, I forgot. Oh no. Yeah, I don't remember the point anymore. I'm sorry. I forgot. I need some more cards here. Just to tie it off. Yeah, so we have Three of Pentacles. So in the end, your family will be able to kind of like work it out together. Because here in this card, there are like 3 different people working together to build something. So they're very different, but they are able to work together to create something amazing. So I feel like there is this energy here that with your family, you will be able to work it out, get together again, and do amazing things together. But it needs forgiveness from both sides. Forgiveness is great here. I feel like you never actually wanted to leave, but you felt like you had to because you had no other choice, and I feel like they will understand that. But you're so strong. You're so freaking strong. Look, we have strength. Yes. So you're just so freaking strong. Like imagine if like not many people would do this, leave everything they have known their entire lives to pursue something that the rest of the family doesn't even believe in, or just to pursue a dream. Like most people would just accept the dream, like this is a dream and it's never going to happen, and I'm good with that because if I do this dream then I have nothing else to dream about. That is what I get from like others, but that is not you. You want to pursue your dream. You want to see where it goes, where it's going to end. And there is this like, well, like if I never try, I will never know. And that is so courageous of you. That is so brave. And I'm so glad you're doing it. Like, you are about to pursue your dream, and I do say that it's going to work out in the end. It's going to happen. You're going to make it. And you will be able to make money off of it too. And I feel like in the end, especially if you also had, like in this story, if you also had parents who would not accept it, who wish that you had forgotten about this silly dream that you have, they will eventually come around. And you also had the Four of Swords in reverse. There is this restless energy in you, this restless, like, this Vajana kind of restlessness. Like, I need to, like, go to the ocean. I need to see what's out there. I need to go. That is what I get from here, this Vajana sort of restless energy, wanting to pursue your dream. It's amazing. I really love that. And I don't believe why, I don't understand why I didn't get Vajana before, but there is this Vajana energy that, like, it was his dad who was also against it. Like, he didn't want her to go to the ocean. He didn't want her to go sailing or explore the ocean or anything like that. He was very afraid of it. And she eventually kind of like ran away to pursue her dream. And that is kind of what I see here as well. And when Vajana comes back, his family is so very happy to see her, and they do eventually all go sailing and exploring the ocean. So things actually happened the way Vajana had hoped that it would. So your family will accept it eventually, and they will embrace it as well. So you're awesome. You're so great. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number twos. So this is your reading, and this is clearly my Outlander pile. I mean, yes, like the first thing that came to mind, Outlander. Definitely. These authority figures card can also represent having issues with authority figures, and I feel like in Outlander, both Claire and Jamie, especially Jamie, had some problems with authority figures. I mean, Jamie was an outlaw, and Claire got persecuted as a witch in the series, and yeah, definitely. So let's see. So, well, the main thing about Outlander is that it's a great love story, a crazy love story, and one of the best love stories, I think. And so there is definitely something about that here. So we have Two of Wands. I feel like you may have always wished for something. You have always wished for something. Maybe you have wished for love, or you have wished for excitement in your life. I'm getting a scene from Desperate Housewives when this very nosy neighbor was actually murdered because she blackmailed somebody, and she was very nosy, and when there was one episode about her where she said, like, when she was a child, she was hoping that pirates would come and steal her away for the excitement. So yeah, I feel like there is this wish for an adventure here. Like Claire just accidentally gets like dropped in an adventure. And I feel like that is something that it will be happening to you eventually, if it hasn't already. Like you're just doing great, you're just doing fine, living your life, and then suddenly you are just dropped into something crazy. Oh, okay. One of the cards fell on the floor and my chair isn't moving. So we have the wheel. In this case, I actually see the wheel as... Well, the story about Outlander is that this lady, Claire, she is on a honeymoon in Scotland with her husband. And they go to visit these stones in close to, what was the town called? Inverness, I think it was close to Inverness. And she goes back there to see a flower that she had seen, because she was very interested in herbs and flowers and like plants, especially in their medicinal uses. And this was back in 1920s, I think. And she touches a stone in the stone circle, and she travels back in time about 200 years, and that's where the adventure begins. So that's what I see with the wheel, the time tunnel or wormhole or whatever you might want to call it. That's what I see with the wheel. Things are just turning upside down. Oh. So we have Three of Swords here as well. So Claire in this series, she has to, well, she encounters a man who happens to be her husband's like great grandfather, and they look exactly the same, and they kind of have a little spat, and this man is like obsessed with her, finding out where she came from, who she is, and all that stuff. But she was a very brutal man, very violent man, is sadistic even. And the people Claire is with, they decide to marry her off with, because she was an English woman, and this great grandfather was in the British Army, or the English Army. And so the point is that he can summon her because she is English, and so and you know they didn't want to give her to him because he was a very bad man, and so they decide to marry her off to a Scottish man to turn her into a Scot. And this man ends up being the love of her life. His name is Jamie, and he is an outlaw. He escaped prison, but he was like convicted for something very ridiculous anyways, so he wasn't like a bad man. He just had trouble with authority figures, or like trouble with the army, and he was an outlaw, so he had to stay away from the British army. So we also have Seven of Wands. Ooh, oopsie. So Jamie and Claire, they are these like two awesome people, like a perfect couple, even couple goals. And they have this like us against the world kind of attitude, but it's not like destructive. It's more like we need to stay together, we want to stay together, we want to be happy and healthy, but they just keep getting sucked in on like wars and like because Claire is from the future, she knows things that are about to happen, like wars that are about to happen, so they decide to try and stop them from happening. And so they keep getting like sucked in these crazy adventures together. But they have this, like, they have so much love for each other, and they just make it together. They do it really well. And also because Claire falls in love with Jamie, she has to make a decision not to go back, because all this time she had been trying to go back to her husband in the present, where she was from, the future. And she then stops trying it because she has fallen in love with Jamie. Actually, when Claire tells him like where she came from and what happened, he actually brings her to the stone circle to bring her back, but she decides not to go, and she chooses him. So pile number 2, there is this epic love story here. Epic love story. Now, I don't know which one you would relate to more, Jamie or Claire, but they are kind of very similar, actually, personality-wise. We have 6 of Pentacles here. Where do I begin? I need to think for a moment. Well, they eventually do have children. Well, not exactly. There is a war going on, Claire is pregnant, so Jamie decides to send her back to the future where she came from, and back to her back to her ex-husband, who still thinks that she just went missing. And so she goes back very resentfully, thinking that Jamie had died, and the ex-husband, he takes her back. He's unable to have children. He always wanted children, so he raises the child as her own. And there is this, they are together for 20 years. And Brianna, the daughter, well, yeah, they have a daughter named Brianna, who is actually Jamie's daughter. And eventually, the man dies, and Claire and Brianna go to Scotland to on a holiday, I think. I think they went to pay respects for a person they had. Claire had once known before she had traveled accidentally in time. And so they meet this man, Roger, who is a historian. And he finds out that Jamie is not actually dead, so she goes back to him. And eventually, Brianna and Roger, they go back in time too. So let's get to the actual thing. Also, Jamie is really happy to meet Brianna, obviously, and Claire. And they are together as a family, and it's amazing. But let's see how this relates to your life. So, okay. We have temperance. Pile number 2, spirit guides. Pile number 2. There is the strength, because Claire is very stubborn, very... she's a hothead, and especially in that time, she has quite a potty mouth. Like, she swears a lot, and it's not really well reserved in the time that she is when she's in the past. And it just, I find it kind of hilarious. Oh, and we have a strength. Like Jamie and Claire, they are both super strong people. They are very strong. They have gone through so many hardships and traumas, and they are still able to be together and love each other. But there is this strength, like Jamie, like he's so strong too. Like he is an INFJ, I think. And I don't remember which Claire was. But Jamie was an ENFJ. There is this willpower, this stubbornness inside you. There's a little... I don't want to say chaotic, but a little bit. More like you will do what it takes. Nope. Oh, okay. What else can I say about this? I feel like you would make an interesting story. Like you would make a very interesting main character. There is the strength inside you, the stubbornness, this fire, and this wish to have an adventure. And you're like ready to fight over whatever you believe in. Like you're ready to fight for everything that, like to protect anything that you have. You're so ready to fight over it. So pile number 2, spirit guides. Pile number, god damn it. God damn it. Pile number 2, spirit guides. Why do you keep giving me so many? Pile number 2, spirit guides. Pile number 2. Yeah, we have 2 of Cups. The soulmate card. Like there is an epic love story here in your story. There is this love that makes everybody jealous, and like Like the books, the Outlander books, they are very steamy. They are so steamy. Like, holy shit. If you actually haven't seen Outlander or you haven't read the books, I would highly recommend. I think you would love them. There's this... There is this we will find each other kind of love here. Like, we will always find each other. Like, I feel like it may be this is a past life connection. Like, you have been together in many, many lifetimes. Like, you always are able to find each other no matter where you are. Just every time you find each other. That's what I get here. I'm also seeing these strawberries, but like forest, like wild strawberries. That's something that I keep seeing. And we also have Ace of Cups. You really need to watch the show. But if you were my main character, you would be Claire or Jamie. Like, there are so many things that I want to say, but I can't even because there's just too many. Like, first of all, the love they have for each other is just insane. It's so good. And it's something that I feel like everybody wishes to have. And also they look really good together. They look really good. I feel like they are the perfect match. Like, there are some things that don't really, like, they have some fights, especially because Claire is such a hothead, and sometimes Jamie can be a little bit conservative. But they just work together. They just really do. Like, I almost feel like I don't want to spoil the things for you. Like, I don't want to spoil the story for you too much. But yeah, I see Jamie and Claire. And it's not like either Jamie or Claire. I feel like both of them together, either you with your partner or that you have characteristics of them both, or no, but I there is this love story here. There is this beautiful love story here. Yeah. Let's get a couple more cards. Pile number 2. Oop, 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 oop. Okay, well, we're taking those then. So we have Justice and 5 of Wands. There is this like thing that you're like fighting for each other. You're fighting for each other. Like, you know how people sometimes they just kind of like take things for granted, like take each other for granted. That never happens because you have had to fight over each other for so much. Like, you fought to have that boring time with each other, to the daily things, like you fought for them, so they're not like boring for you. It's what you had been working for. But there is this like you will always fight together for each other. And then we have Justice, like the relationship is in perfect balance. Like, you both have some characteristics that balance each other's characteristics out, like these personality traits. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oop, oop, oh, oh, oh. Are you okay? Yeah, good. So, yeah, this was a very sexy reading. I I would urge you to watch Outlander if you haven't already, or read the books. The books are amazing. And I really hope you enjoyed. I mean, these are awesome characters. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. So you chose the 3rd pile and the blue lace agate. So what I'm getting from this pile is the Sword in the Stone, King Arthur, that's my cat whining outside the door, and Merlin. Oh my god, I have to get him inside. Okay, hold on. What is it, you silly boy? Come in, come in, come in. Tuletko sisällä vai et? Tuletko sisällä vai et? Päätöksiä, nyt. Topi. Topi. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's keep going. So, Merlin. I'm getting Merlin. So let's get some tarot. So pile number 3, Spirit Guides. Pile number 3. I'm also getting some Dumbledore vibes here. This kind of like guide, like Gandalf. Like guiding somebody through Middle Earth. You're this guide, this person with great knowledge. People come for you for advice, and you give great advice. Oh, I'm not surprised. We have the Alchemist. Yeah. Yeah, not surprised. You're a great alchemist. I'm also getting the book, Alchemist, the book. Like somebody who nudges people on the right path. You help people, like understand their value and their destiny. That's something I totally get here. Funny, for the first pile, there was this Vajana energy, this desire to do something that the parents would not approve of, and the second pile was about this great love story, and this is like this, you're this great guide. I feel like I also get this message that you have been mostly a spirit guide to other people, but this time you decided to come to Earth and experience it yourself. You have done it before, but I don't think that you have done it in a while. Like for hundreds of years, I don't think. Because I'm getting this, like this, like this time where there were knights and like this medieval kind of thing. Oh my god. Toby! You need to make decision, inside or outside. Decide. Outside it is. Please do not come back. At least not for the next half hour. Excuse me. So pile number 3, Spirit Guides. Pile number 3. What kind of main character? So there is 4 of Wands. And Prince of Pentacles. was the Merlin's loved one's name? It was with an N. With an N-E, knee. I don't remember, damn it. There is this love story here too, but it's a little bit different. So basically, you're this person who gives great advice, and you're really patient. You are a great teacher, or you would be an amazing teacher, and you're very patient. There is this patient energy here, like Dumbledore, like how Dumbledore is so patient. Like, I love Dumbledore, he's my favorite character in Harry Potter, but like with other people, like me for example, if I was Dumbledore, it would be really hard for me to let people do their own thing, you know? Like I would have this need to meddle, to get between it. Like Dumbledore gives Harry an opportunity to prove himself or to see what he can do, instead of just like coming in between, like, I can deal with this, like, let me deal with this because I can. But you have this same patience, like you are willing to let people prove themselves, to see what they can do. So there is that. Oop, that's a little too many. Pile number 3, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Oop, 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 oop. Pile number 3. I'm a horrible shuffler. Just, my shuffling skills are just dreadful. Pile number 3, spirit guides. Pile number 3. I also feel like you may have, had not the best childhood, or at very least I feel like your parents may have been very absent or passive, so that you had to learn to do things on your own. You had to grow up really fast, and this is how you gained all of your wisdom, by doing things by yourself. And I feel like you love to learn. There is this thirst for knowledge, finding out more, mastering something. And with that knighthood card, I feel like you may have been a teacher, because the knighthood card kind of brought me to the Arthur or Merlin kind of thing. So I don't think that you were actually in this story. I don't think that you are actually the knight. I feel like you're the one who trained knights, or Arthur. Arthur was a knight, I think. At least, well, in the TV show Merlin. I haven't seen it very far. I've seen only a few episodes, but I think he was a knight, or at least training to become one. So pile number 3. Jesus Christ. Damn, you're just a really good teacher though. You would be an amazing one. Okay. So we have 6 of Wands and Judgment. I feel like you have great influence on people. You influence people to be better, to to like kind of like win in their lives. I feel like you have very good advice and you help people succeed. Your wisdom and your advice help people to succeed in their lives. And I don't think that you're really ambitious. I don't think that. I feel like you have mostly this thirst for knowledge. Like you just want to know things. There's this Aquarius energy here. Like you just want to learn and learn and learn. And then you help other people succeed. Kind of like I'm getting some like Slughorn vibes from Harry Potter. Like Slughorn, he never actually wanted to do anything great himself. He just wanted to think that he had influence on people. Like he helped people succeed. He helped people get the jobs that they wanted. And he had this really great eye spotting people that would do great in their lives. So he was never actually after the greatness himself. He just wanted to influence people or young students. So there is that. That is the one thing that I see here. We have temperance. Funnily enough, the temperance has come through in every single pile today. Interesting. Pile number 3, spirit guides. Pile number 3. I feel like you would be very happy living in a cottage, in a tiny cottage somewhere, like just with your books and just like learning things, just being away from people. Yeah, I kind of see that for you. And I feel like you really love to read. Maybe write even, because we have the scribe or writer here. I didn't even realize that we had it. I think you might like to writing things, but then again, I think that you just really love books. You love stories. You love to learn. Yeah, so pile number 3. Let's get some more cards. Pile number 3. Okay. Yeah, we have the Hermit and Queen of Cups and 5 of Swords. You are a great empath, and I feel like it's almost like, because you feel everybody else so deeply, you feel them, you feel everything. It's almost draining to you, so that's why I feel like you like to keep to yourself, just to recharge and to be with yourself and not feel so drained. Because I feel like the advice that you give it freely, but it's also very draining. And so it's almost a gift, but it's almost kind of at the same time a little bit of a curse, because it's just so draining to you. And I don't feel like there is much drama in your life because of you. I feel like it's other people's drama that they bring into your life that kind of drains you. I feel like you are very stable, very, very calm person. But it's these other people who come into your lives and bring all this drama in. Yeah, so There is a love element I see here too, but I feel like you are very picky with people that you might have a love interest in. I feel like they have to be something quite magnificent for you to get interested. I don't think that you fall in love easily. I feel like you're very careful, but when it happens hard. Let's get some more cards. Sorry, I'm so quiet. I just really need to think. I feel like you have this. I feel like you have this. You have a lot of influence on people, but it's almost like many young people see you as their like a parent, as their guardian, or like a guide, or like a mother or a father figure, because they might be lacking one in their life, and then you have stepped in with your excellent advice and all that, and they see you as a parent figure. And then, like, about Dumbledore, like, he doesn't have, like, a partner. He doesn't have, wait a minute. Huh, interesting. So he doesn't actually have a person he's in love with except for Grindelwald. Grindelwald? Well, you know what I mean. And I feel like it's very hard for you to find somebody you're interested in, because you're a lot, and not many people understand you in that way. But I feel like there is someone absolutely amazing for you. I mean, there was somebody for Merlin. For some reason my camera says 2 minutes, and I don't know what that is all about, so I will be right back. Okay, it's all fixed. It was my memory card was getting full, apparently. So yeah. There is this hermit thing, like there is this like feeling like will I ever find somebody to love? Like, will I ever find somebody who will love me? Yes, you will. And if you choose not to, then that is completely okay as well. But I do feel like there is somebody for you. Because, yeah, because, how do I explain this? You just have such an interesting brain, the way you think and all the things that you have learned. I feel like you may feel isolated from people. Like, you understand them, but they might not understand you. But there is a person out there who will understand you. Like, better than you understand yourself. And there is something about this person that is going to draw you in. And it's a very interesting thing. Oh no. Okay, so we have justice. So you will balance each other out, not like opposites attract, not quite, but a little bit. You just balance each other out. Like they may have some qualities, like they might like to be around people and you're a little bit more introverted, and you're both really good for each other in that way. Let's get one more card for you. There is this harmony. This perfect harmony. Pile number 3, Spirit. Oop, oh, okay. We have the Star. That's my favorite card. You have a way of manifesting things. You have a way of reaching your dreams and your hopes. And you have this amazing ability to help other people to reach their dreams as well and have their hopes fulfilled. So if you do want a partner and you're afraid that, you know, will I ever? You will, because that's your hope and most of your hopes come true. And I do feel it. I do feel it here. I do feel it. And it's just this balance. And they feel so sure. Like when you meet this person, you understand. You sort of understand. You understand why it took so long. You understand how it had to be this way that you would meet. And how it had to be this person at this time. It all makes sense when you meet this person. And so this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again. And I hope I see you in my next one. Bye.